Greetings, YouTube. I realize that quite a few people that view my videos are not from the US, and they may not have a firm grasp of some of the nuances of the American gun culture. I know that a number of them live in countries where private ownership of firearms is forbidden by law, or there are severe restrictions, expensive licensing, severe limitations on what kinds of firearms you can own and under what circumstances you can own them, things like that. So the idea of open carry is probably literally foreign to their worldview. And open carry is a shorthand terminology for the concept that so long as you are carrying a pistol properly holstered and exposed to everyone's view, that it's legal to do so. Now there are varying degrees of open carry permissiveness in America. From what is called the gold standard states, say for like Montana, to the open carry friendly states, such as the one I live in, New Hampshire, to states where it's simply not allowed. Oddly, which is Texas. I wasn't aware of that. These places all still allow concealed carry if you are licensed. Some places don't even allow that without some really severe restrictions, like New York City. Now, I live in a place where this is allowed, and I myself have encountered this on a daily basis sometimes. In fact, just yesterday, while my wife and I were pulling up in front of our apartment building to park, there was a fellow citizen walking down the street with a grocery bag in hand with a pistol strapped to his side. Now it was completely exposed, black belt, black holster, black pistol against white clothing. There was no absolutely confusion of any kind that he was openly carrying a firearm. And I don't have a problem with this. I never have. I fully endorse the Second Amendment rights and think that Americans should use them whenever possible. But I understand there are people that don't agree with this and they're entitled not to participate in open carry. I do not participate in open carry, and they are entitled not to participate in the ownership of firearms. And they can do that, at will, if you would. However, I was doing a little search on open carry links before I did this video, and I encountered a couple of pages which are relatively informative. One is a wiki, which I will link to, and the other is from the organization opencarry.org, which I will also link, though I've just told you the address. And there are a number of quotes. And one of them is, "The anti-gun rights lobby furor over the presence of guns near the president is an attempt to somehow reverse the normalization of guns." Professor Brandon Denning, Cumberland School of Law, Birmingham, Alabama. Now, I don't know what it's like in your nation, but around the President of the United States, when he tours down the street anywhere in America, they remove the mailboxes. Now, why do they remove the mailboxes? Because the mailbox is a really handy place to hide a bomb. And why are they concerned with this? Because the presidents of the United States, as are most leaders of the world, I'm sure, are considered high-profile targets. Targets that many people would like to take out. Not strictly for political reasons, mind you, for religious ideologies, and just because there are a number of people in the world who are bat-crap insane. So the concept that U.S. security forces, the Secret Service, and the FBI, and what have you, would be concerned with American citizens openly carrying firearms near the president doesn't surprise me. I don't consider it unusual. I would, in fact, not in the least consider it abridgment of my Second Amendment rights. Because even though if I were to carry a pistol in the presence of the president, he is under no threat from me whatsoever, I understand that there may be people around me who would, very likely, take the opportunity to, say, separate me from my firearm and use it against the president. So, by having no open carry firearms in the presence of the president, you make the security's job a whole lot easier. So I don't consider that a big issue. And if you have a concealed carry permit, even if the president rolls on down your street, you can still carry. It's part of the privileges of having a license to carry a firearm. Now, I don't have a concealed carry permit. I have considered getting one, simply because I think it might be handy to have. But a friend of mine once made a comment to me. He said he used to have a concealed carry permit and would carry a firearm on a regular basis. And he said, "You're always really paranoid. You're always really thinking about the fact that you have a firearm on you. It becomes part of your pervasive view of the world." And I can understand that. I carry a knife on me all the time. But you see, a knife is a tool. A knife can be used for many things other than causing harm. A firearm is designed to destroy things. Plain and simple. Whenever you draw a firearm, there is the potential that something or someone will be destroyed. That's the design behind a firearm. Now, a firearm is also a tool, but it's a very specific tool. It is, in the words of Alton Brown, a unitasker. It only does one thing, folks. It does it well, but that's all it does. So, I can understand why you might find the idea of carrying such a unitasker on your person having a negative effect on your worldview. I can't carry a pistol without the knowledge that I may need to draw it and destroy something. That's always going to be in the back of my head. Now, if you're in security, police, military, armed guards, Blackwater, what have you, though I think that Blackwater has a new name now, carrying a pistol or a firearm in general, and the knowledge that you may have to destroy something at any minute is part of your job. And it's a stress level that I would not welcome. Even though I'm very confident that I would never draw a pistol unless it was under absolutely required circumstances. I've had to draw a pistol in the past because I thought that my life was under threat, and I didn't like it. It is not something that I enjoyed, though I'm sure that with proper training and skill that I don't possess at this time, you could condition yourself to be more accepting of that mental state. But it isn't one I welcome. I don't need it in my life. While I firmly believe in self-defense, I don't go out looking for an opportunity to apply it. So I realize that quite a few of the viewers of this live in places where you can't own firearms. And so the concept of open carry is probably really strange, and I can understand that as well. But what do you think about open carry? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? Are you glad that we have the rights? Or do you live in a state where they've been limited to the point where effectively you don't have the rights? Are you happy about gun control? Are you opposed to gun control? And again, I support people's rights to exercise their Second Amendment. I fully endorse everyone's ability to purchase and own a firearm. I always have, and at least up until now, at 46, I have, and will continue to do so. I may change my mind someday, but I'm not counting on that. And if I had the funds available to me, unlimited quantities, so I could not have to worry about bills, I would own more firearms. But open carry is a strange duck, and I freely admit this. It makes a lot of people nervous, makes a lot of people happy. I guess in some ways it's one of the most perfect political hot potatoes in America.